Now we'll implement the post method, okay, in our this class. Fine. So what I will do now, go to SE24, okay, this class, and double click on the post method. If you're doing first time, by default this will be like this red. Just set a cursor here and click on this redefine method. Okay. So I'll go to post method. So what is different in the get method and post method? In get method, we're getting only single parameter ID from the URL. Based on that, we're setting the response. Now in the post method, we'll get this complete JSON in input. Okay, we not have ID in that. So based on the record, from that we'll get like name, email, mobile, and all. Okay, we'll create a record in our database table. We'll create a record in our database table. Okay, and then we'll pass the message whether it is successfully created or not created. Okay, now remember one thing. In our Google form, we have only name, email, mobile, and message. Okay, so in the incoming site from the Google form, we'll get only name, email, mobile, message. Okay, but inside we have additional field like mandate, ID, and all. Okay, so what we're to do now? Here in the post method, first let me create a type. It types like begin of TP underscore will call as like data. Okay, incoming data, and end of TP underscore data. What is the first field? My first field is name. Let's say everything I'm taking care 100. First field is name. Second, email, mobile, message. Or we can take a string. Okay, just take a string. All string. Name, email, then mobile, and then last is message. Okay, this is the incoming data we'll get. So data gs underscore data type TP underscore data. Now one structure, our format. Okay, let's say Z response. Okay, we'll set a response. Which response? Our type will be like Z contact form. Contact us form. Why it is not coming? Z contact underscore us. Okay, this will be our response we'll set. Now here first, what we have to do? We have to read the incoming complete request. Okay, in previous lecture, we read only single parameter, but now in this lecture, we will read the complete structure. Okay, here I will take one more parameter, lv underscore json, type string to set the response. Now first we want to read the incoming data. So data like hello underscore, let's say entity, we have to read the entity. It's a entity, right? One record, a structure record. So from mo underscore request, there's a method called get entity. Control space and press tab. Okay, so we have defined the local object hello underscore entity of type inbound request get entity, because this is not parameter, this is a structure kind of thing. Now lv underscore json, this also we can do it inbound like inline declaration, but I will define. So lv json, so from this lv underscore entity, there's a method get string, there's a method, sorry, lv underscore entity there's a method get underscore string data. We'll get the incoming data in the form of string. Control space, then tab. Okay. Now in this LV JSON, we'll get the data. So now if LV underscore JSON is not initial, okay, else, else, and if the record is there, we'll call deserialize this time. Else, we'll set the previous message as it is. Bad request will send. See, in get method, what we did at that time, if the incoming request is not proper, if we are not finding any data, we set this 400, right? So I will just send like bad request. Bad request we can pass there. Sorry, something is wrong. Yeah, else part, sorry. In else part, I will return, let's say bad request. In the response, we pass bad request. Now, if the JSON is there, if we found the data in the JSON, then what we have to do? First, we'll deserialize. See here what we did. Here we did serialize. We converted the SAP internal structure to a string format. So here is the reverse case. We'll get the data in the string and we have to convert this to incoming SAP format. Okay, so this time what we'll do, how we'll create here, again the same class. What is the class name? Slash UI2 slash CL underscore JSON. But this time we have to use method deserialize. Why deserialize? Because we want to convert the JSON to SAP structure. JSON to SAP structure. So in which field we are getting JSON here? Or JSON is in LV underscore JSON, which is the output GS underscore data. Okay, we'll get data here. So now in database table, what is the format? Z contact underscore us. This is the response we'll set, right? So what we'll do here, I'm creating without any validation. So move corresponding GS underscore data to GS underscore response. So all four parameter here we have only four fields, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. So now for every request we need to pass, we need to assign one number range, right? So which function model I explained? I shown you one function model, right? Number get next. So this function we have to call. This function will call here. Okay, pattern number get next. Which number and object? It is 0, 1. What is the object name? Z Google. Quantity 1. Okay, in which field you want? I want in this number field. So where is my number? GS underscore response ID. Okay, always open all the exceptions. Save, check, and activate. Okay, so this will give us the next number available. Next available number will get in this GS ID. Now we have three additional field, right? Admin kind of field. GS underscore response created by, who has created a record? Sai uname. GS underscore response created on, when the record is created? Sai datum. Okay, GS underscore response, and in time also we have created time, when it is created? Sai uzeit. Okay, so now see, here we are reading the incoming request with the 4 parameter. Okay, and here we are creating the database, matching the record as per database table. Okay, modify the table, modify Z contact us from GS underscore response. So if okay, I'm by default just setting the response as it is. Now how to set the response back? We use in this get method, right? In the get method, what we did, internal structure to JSON. Okay, internal structure to JSON, right? And then we set the header field and the status code 200 as success. Okay, so I'll just pass, I will just copy this, just copy this. Okay, same, which we done in the get method. And I'm adding, okay, let me here add first, if size of RC equal to 0, else end if. Okay, so if my database table record is updated successfully, if size of RC equal to 0, I am setting this response. So here, what is my SAP internal structure? GS underscore response, right? This table I am passing back to the system. Okay, okay, response is success. Response is success. If it is fail, I'll just pass 400. I'll pass 400 as bad request. Save, check, and activate. Save, check, and activate. So let me explain all the things again. Then we'll do the testing for this. So what I did in our ZCL contact us resource provider class, we redefined the method post method. First, we are reading the entity MO request. We are reading the string data. We are converting the string data into JSON format. Okay. Then in incoming side, we have only 4 field from we'll get from the Google form. We're passing the corresponding field to our internal structure. We're assigning the next number here. Okay. We're assigning the system field, username, date, and okay. Once it is created successfully, we're passing back the response to the caller system. If it is with the status 200, if it is failed, we're setting the status 400. Fine. So this way we're done with this. So I'll just set one breakpoint, external breakpoint here, because next we have to do a testing. I'll just set one external breakpoint here. So 1 point there and one I will set here. 2 external breakpoint. Okay. So in next lecture, what we'll do, I have Postman tool. Okay, you can use any tool for testing. Postman tool. There are many tools are available, and if you have already working from some third-party system, you can use that too. So Postman is a very common tool used for testing the API. So I prefer this one. Okay. So now our post method is ready. In next lecture, we'll do one testing. Thank you.